The Mystara project is proud to present part 30 of the Characters of Mystara series. In this video, we look at the despised brute, Sir Uthar Aendyr. Uthar was introduced in the 1987 product, Gaz 3, The Principalities of Glantry, on page 22. Sir Uthar was born in AC 925, at Castle Silverstone in the southwestern Glantrian Principality of Blackhill. His parents were Prince Barizanth of Blackhill and Lady Ethelbreitha. In AC 927, Uthar's brother, Volospin, was born. From AC 930 to AC 941, Uthar failed to show any spellcasting potential, being unable to understand the fundamental concept of magic itself. In contrast, Volospin showed great magical talent. Uthar resented Volospin for this, and started bullying and intimidating him. However, one day Volospin successfully cast Sleep on Uthar, and made sure he would never bully him again. In AC 932, Uthar began learning to ride ponies. Later that year, his mother disappeared. Suspicion fell on his father, but convincing evidence could not be found. After showing no magical talent, and failing to meet the high etiquette standards valued by his family, in AC 941 Uthar was enlisted in the military to rid Castle Silverstone of this uncouth and embarrassing family liability. Uthar joined Barizantha's 4th banner, stationed in the town of Volnay. Not long after joining, he saw action in an illegal battle in the Free Territory west of Volnay, against a Corenzian army. The Blackhill forces triumphed, and Uthar only faced a little bit of danger during the battle. This battle gave him a bit more courage, which he previously lacked. He became a first-level fighter and started adventuring on the side. He was now a competent horse rider, could set a lance, wield a spear, knew how to intimidate others, and how to wrestle. Unfortunately, his army banner unit had a hard drinking culture, which he embraced, gaining a high tolerance for alcohol. He progressed to 3rd level by the end of the year, becoming skilled with the normal sword. In AC 942, he gained 4th level. In AC 944, he reached 5th level, gaining the alertness skill. In AC 948, Uthar became a 6th level fighter, trained to be an expert swordsman, and was promoted to sergeant. He was given the task of patrolling the western trail from Volnay to the Corenz border. He was given specific instructions to interrogate anyone trying to cross the Red River, a task he relished. In AC 950, Uthar was promoted to captain of the 4th banner, answering to his uncle, the Chief Constable of Volnay. In AC 956, Uthar progressed to 7th level, and was appointed Chief Constable of Volnay, by his father, on the understanding this would keep him away from Silverstone. In AC 969, he made 8th level, after receiving a facial scar in a duel, that he narrowly won. In AC 983, Prince Barizanth died of old age. Volospin succeeded him as Prince of Blackhill. In AC 999, Uthar reached 9th level, and developed a gambling habit, becoming proficient at cheating. He also trained to become a master of the normal sword. Uthar Aendyr is a 9th level fighter, 6 foot tall, and rather overweight. He just speaks his native Alsatian tongue. Like the rest of his family, he has chaotic alignment. His physical attributes are all above average, whilst his mental ability scores are in the average range. His despicable personality, and overall appearance, results in a below-average charisma. He has moderate chance of succeeding at saving throws, ranging from 45 to 65%. Being self-interested and a bit cowardly, he has a relatively low morale of 6 for a fighter. Unsurprisingly, all of his general skills are based on physical ability scores. Intimidation and violence are his only methods of getting his own way. He has 85% proficiency at intimidation and wrestling. In addition to wrestling, he is a heavy drinker, and regularly cheats at gambling, as his main leisure time interests. He has 80% proficiency in terms of alcohol tolerance for his drinking binges. He is 70% proficient as a gambling cheat, for alertness, and as a horse rider. He is a master of the normal sword, and has basic skill with the short bow, light crossbow, and dagger. He is able to wield a lance and set a spear, but he has never owned either of these weapons, and is unskilled in their overall use. Uthar's hearty constitution is reflected in his above-average hit points of 60. Mastery of the normal sword allows him to try to deflect 2 handheld, or thrown attacks per round, with a 65% chance of success for each deflection. He can also try to disarm opponents with handheld or thrown weapons in melee range, if they fail a dex check with a +2 penalty. He also gets an armor class bonus of 3 against 3 handheld or thrown attacks per round. Attacking with a sword gives him a 30% bonus to hit opponents using handheld or thrown weapons, and a +20% bonus against all other opponents. He can also surprise an opponent 1/3 of the time, by throwing his sword at them if they are within 10 feet. Those not surprised only take half damage if they are hit. He has an underwhelming armor class of 6, due to his cursed shield. Due to magical armor, he is lightly encumbered. He wears chain mail +1, but his most cherished possession is his shield, which he believes gives him strong magical protection. Unfortunately, it is cursed, actually making him net 10% easier to hit, after taking into account the non-magical benefit of the shield itself. It is possible that some crafty Corenzian, or other opponent, arranged for Uthar to find this shield. Uthar pays 75 ducats a year for licenses relating to wearing armor and speaking in public. He is exempt from the weapon-carrying license, as he has the right to bear arms, as the brother of a prince. He has a light crossbow that he enjoys using on jailed merchants for target practice. Despite his above-average dexterity, it would seem he suddenly becomes quite clumsy when firing at these merchants, leading to fatal accidents and a widespread notoriety. The merchants are only serving a 1-month jail sentence for being unable or unwilling to pay the 500 ducat fine for crossing, or attempting to cross, the border into Correns. Of course, these fines are quite lucrative for Uthar, so he needs to get some sadistic benefit out of those who don't pay up. Uthar's current black warhorse is named Swiftwind. He also owns a dangerous family heirloom, the Gong of Whirlwinds. It is almost 5 foot tall, and can be struck by a beater, or bludgeoning-type instrument. Missiles that hit the gong curiously make no sound. Once per day it can create a whirlwind for 1 turn, or until willed to disappear by the gong striker. It then creates a whirlwind with its base centered around the gong, reaching a diameter of 70 foot at its apex, if not prevented to expand by a ceiling or the like. In the first round, the gong striker will be within the 10-foot diameter base, but they may then move out of the whirlwind on the next round, and control its movement at 40 foot per round, within 120 foot of the gong. The whirlwind picks up and kills creatures of less than 2 hit dice that fail a death ray save. The whirlwind does 2 to 12 damage per round to all caught within it. Certainly an item that could be decisively devastating in a small-scale battle, if the gong is transported on a wagon. Uthar's personality traits are all below 9. He is extremely rash, strongly distrustful, but open-minded. Like most Glantrians, he is notably irreverent. Overall, not the most pleasant individual to deal with. The 20th of Claremont is Army Parade Day. Prince Volospin despises this holiday, as it was introduced by Prince Jager von Drachenfels of Alban, a dominion Volospin refuses to acknowledge, due to it being founded by Blackhill and Thyacian outcasts. Partly to infuriate his brother, Sir Uthar is a big supporter of this holiday. He proudly marches at the head of the 4th banner through the streets of Volnay. In the afternoon, he starts drinking, whilst watching the knight's jousting tournament, and plays some bets. There are no magic user duels, as there are no magic users in the 4th banner. At night, Uthar and his men hit the taverns, get drunk, wrestle and brawl, gamble, and often finish up at the local private house of the sisters. Uthar has never married. He lives in a manor with his servants, protected by troops from the 4th banner. During the day, he can usually be found in his 2nd-floor office of the Volnay Constabulary Guard Post. Uthar's nemesis is Il Signor Giovanni di Malapietra, the condottiere of Liziani, 24 miles northwest of Volnay. Like Uthar, he is the older brother of a prince, namely Innocenti of Correns. He is 9th level, and has a cruel reputation. Unlike Uthar, Giovanni is a magic user, and despises his Albanese troops. Uthar dreams of winning a battle against him, personally slaying him before he can get a spell off. Sir Uthar Aendyr is portrayed as a despised villain, someone player characters are likely to also despise. 4 basic-level characters originating in Volnay, or just visiting, they hear second-hand tales of Uthar's despicable acts, but are warned against taking action for now. Uthar has the 4th banner and constabulary that serve him, and is the brother of Prince Volospin. Direct action against him could be disastrous. In lower expert level play, they may start making contacts with enemies of Uthar. Volnay wizards probably see him as uncouth. Corensian agents with possible connections to the Unseen Hand, the Fellowship of the Pouch, and the Sisters of the Private Houses, could be encountered. Complicating matters could be agents of the Followers of the Flame, who are actively trying to engineer a war between Blackhill and Correns to weaken both principalities. At mid-expert levels, the PCs may be powerful enough to undertake a mission to rescue imprisoned merchants from the dungeon of the guard post, before Uthar can have his sadistic fun with them. In upper expert or lower companion play, the PCs must decide who to side with as the Followers of the Flame's plans come to fruition. Can the PCs work out the factions and motivations in time to stop what seems to be the inevitable showdown, dubbed the Battle of the Brutal Brothers, between Uthar leading Volospin's 4th banner and Giovanni leading Yagger's 4th banner? Or will Uthar get his wish to take on his nemesis head-to-head? The PCs may take this opportunity to take out Uthar, but Volospin may not be happy about outsiders meddling with his family. He might not like Uthar, but Volospin is in charge of his principality, and only he will decide when to eliminate a family member. In terms of future history, when tensions between Alphatia and Glantry escalate in AC 1004, Alphatians operating in Glantry will almost certainly be using Blackhill as a base for their monster summoning forays. Uthar is not fond of wizards, but perhaps gold or other enticements could persuade him to support their efforts. During this time, Blackhill is under extreme suspicion from the rest of Glantry. When Blackhill, including Volnay, is destroyed by a meteor in AC 1006, it is almost certainly Sir Uthar Aendyr's curtain call. This concludes part 30 of the Characters of Mystara series, featuring the despicable uneducated brute, Sir Uthar Aendyr.